I'm going to do something different to start this video off. I'm going to give you the summary of this total video up front for those of you who cannot handle listening to a long video, and hope that in my sharing this summary of what this video is all about, it might strike your curiosity to want to listen to the rest of it. You get all the boring facts to verify that what I'm sharing is the truth. So here's the summary of what this video is all about. So what have we seen so far? The eternal versus created time. We are currently in a break in the eternal continuance, a sequence of an eternal event manifested in created time. My videos on the continuous to explain that. The Greco-Roman filter, Western power structures, Greece is reason, and Rome being law, are carnal shadow expressions of eternal governance and wisdom. They are the raw mind, the carnal mind, attempting to manage the injustice of being cut off from the Father. As far as identity, humanity is the offspring of God, and the mind of Christ is already all and in all, though hidden by the spirit of Antichrist, which denies its inherent union. As long as this spirit keeps this hidden, the mystery revealed of the mind of Christ being in all of us, and we were trying to go with this Roman and Greek ideas of the mind, cut off from God, and trying to run this world. We're never going to see it. Let me now pick up with my audio recordings and the notes that I have on this research into this system of iniquity and the system that's currently in this world today, and it's always been here, and now it's coming to its finality, the expression of the Roman and Greek Empire, Antichrist system. I put out a video called "The True Spirit of Antichrist is Deeper Than Skin." In that video I mentioned how the original Roman Empire never really fell or was conquered. It would survive and be revived in the end times and be this system that this Antichrist would use. And no other system in this world would be able to make war with him. Read this, Revelation 13:4. And they worshipped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. And they worshipped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? Now, whether you believe this or not, that system is playing out before your very eyes today. I've been told and shared in several videos that the lesser two evils would be the worst evil this world has ever known. With the world not knowing this, they would embrace this system thinking that it's not as evil as the worst evils we've seen in this world. The truth of this matter is clearly written. There is none that does good, no, not one. And let every man be a liar, but God true. In this video, we want to search the mystery of iniquity that is said to have started in heaven itself, expressed in the garden, so it's been with us at the beginning of created time. Yet the Apostle Paul revealed not only this mystery of iniquity, but also the mystery of godliness. I have mentioned in one of my videos that if you understood the mystery of godliness, you would know what this mystery of iniquity was by comparison. it being the opposite of all that is found in this mystery of godliness. We will be making this comparison by tracing what was meant in Revelation 13:4, how the first beast gave its power to the second beast, and how these two powers are the Greek and Roman empires. Many others have addressed this, yet not in the way that will be revealed here in light of what's currently going on in the Middle East involving Israel and America in the war with Iran. So let me now get into the boring facts. I have to go through this. I hope I don't lose you. Hang in there. It's very important that you see what's happening in this world today. How it all came about. How this iniquity does work. And then who now lets it to be taken out of the way. Without getting into it. I mean, there's so many debates on all this. So you got it in your mind. You hear this, it's going to sound like it's the opposite of what they're talking about. I'm just going to share what I'm told to share. I hope you get something out of it. Let me get into these facts. Now you might wonder, I just said that what I'm sharing is going to be different than what you may have heard. So what's different about the view that I'm going to share with you? I have briefly mentioned in that video of how what occurs in the eternal realm gets expressed in created time that has a beginning and an end, whereas in the eternal realm it's hard to express because that realm had no beginning of days, no end of days, is, never shall be eternal. The only expression that I've come up with would be a sequence of an eternal event that had eternal events before that expressed in the created time and continues after created time in what I have on a series of videos called The Kingdom of the Continuous. This experience that humanity is going to in created time is called a break in the eternal continuance that had an eternal purpose for this break. Something that also gets expressed in other videos and writings I have shared on my channel that will require pages to explain. So what am I looking for? How can I prove what I'm this different view? Briefly, it would have to do with the exercise of the free will of humanity and the angelic host. Each would have to make a free will decision to choose God as He eternally chosen them. For humanity, they would have to choose God as their eternal Father, as He eternally chosen them. And for the angelic host, by their free will, to serve God's offspring, as is written in the book of Hebrews, chapter 1, verse 14. Are they angels, not all ministering spirits, sent forth to minister for them who shall be heirs of salvation? Each would have to choose the eternal world over this temporal world, coming to see the real reason behind this temporal world was the exercise of free will of all. That's come out in my other videos. That gets beyond some secular religion or some crazy ideas from the world that they're called, or mysticism, or aliens and all that stuff. So I'm asking you, do you understand what I'm talking about? It would have to link with something truly coming from this mind of Christ, this anointed mind by the Spirit of God, not the spirit of this world or some demonic spirit. And it's not the religious world trying to interpret it. We see all the different attempts to try to understand the end times in the book of Revelations. So, I have found this to satisfy my desire to want to know beyond all these other people And it really is different. I hope you hang in there. You'll see it to be different. So you'll see, I wasn't looking for a Wikipedia summary of the Western civilization or standard Sunday school lesson, I was looking for an analysis that accounts for the interruption of the eternal and how what occurred in the eternal realm is getting expressed here in the created time, how a sequence of an eternal event is being filtered through the dense fallen medium of created time and manifested in the structures of Greece and Rome. So to speak from that perspective, the mind of Christ rather than the spirit of this world, we have to look at these civilizations not as progress, but an archetype of the human soul trying to organize itself apart from its father. Here's some examples. Greece and their influence was the deification of the mind of the flesh. Man, the name of man by the power of man to the glory of man. Totally independent from God. Now in the eternal realm, knowledge is a direct relational union with God. In created time, especially through the Greek spirit, that eternal light was refracted into human reason, exchanged for human reasons. Left God out of the picture. How was this manifested? Greece gave the West the idea that man's mind is the measure of all things. Imagine that. This is a break in the continuance because it replaces the revelation of the Spirit with the logic of the fallen soul. Now today, this shows up in our obsession with experts, scientific materialism, and the belief that we can solve human problems through better philosophy or technology is the attempt to recreate the kingdom using only the intellect. Now taking a look at Rome's influence. It's counterfeit of the eternal order. Rome is the shadow expression of the kingdom of God's governance. In the eternal, there is a perfect order and authority based on love. In created time, Rome expresses as power and law, the God of forces. The manifestation, Rome never fell because the spirit of centralized top-down control simply moved from the Caesars to the church, Catholicism, and then to the modern state. The revived Rome isn't necessarily a new country. It's the persistent system of using law to keep a fallen world from collapsing without actually restoring it to the Father. So how do we see it today, this Roman influence? Our current politics. The reliance on the state as the provider, the use of military, peace to strength, and the administrative bureaucracy are all Roman skeletons holding up the Western world. So Rome is still here. So taking my input that the Father gave me, this break and continuous as a diagnostic. If we look at these through the lens of the kingdom of the continuance, the injustice, Greece and Rome are the ultimate expressions of the natural man trying to manage the injustice. That I brought out in many of my videos, how there'll never be a justice as long as they go with human efforts to manifest justice, and they don't know what the injustice was. It's beyond anything we can imagine. The greatest injustice ever to be served upon humanity was when Adam and Eve fell, we all fell on with them. And that would be constituted injustice. And there was no human effort that ever could correct this fallen nature of Adam and this injustice that places us all under the wrath of God, cut us off from God. It took an act of God Himself, coming in the form of His Son, Jesus, the Son of God, as the Son of Man, to correct this injustice and give this justification. No Greek or Roman attempts will ever solve that. This Roman and Greek influence only take these eternal concepts of justice, order, wisdom, community, and express them to a carnal mind. That's why they feel eternal. They're doing eternal things, but they're doing it independent of God. This is why they feel eternal or revived, because they're mimicking. I got a whole bunch of series on the mimic, the patterns of the true kingdom, but without the life, the spirit, that gives them actual eternity. Now, in my video, I linked it to the mind of Christ. Like I say, I hope you've reviewed some of these videos. You understand what this mind of Christ is. It's in you. It's in your human spirit. Now, this mind of Christ sees these powers not as the peak of humanity, but as tutors or limiters. It's limitation. They are the scaffolding of created time. When you speak of the true spirit of Antichrist being the denial of Christ in the flesh, it's linked here. Rome and Greece create a world where man is the center, effectively denying that the Spirit of God is the true source of our life and identity. So this Greece and Rome influence is nothing more than the carnal shadows of eternal governance and wisdom, trying to mimic what only God can do and will do during the millennial reign of Christ on earth. So let me end this video by taking what I shared with you at the beginning, the summary, sharing it again of what this video is all about, that hope that you'll catch and understand what the Father was trying to share to us. So what have we seen so far? The eternal versus created time. We are currently in a break in the eternal continuance, a sequence of an eternal event manifested in created time. Too much videos on the continuous to explain that. The Greco-Roman filter, Western power structures. Greece is reason, and Rome being law, are carnal shadow expressions of eternal governance and wisdom. They are the raw mind, the carnal mind, attempting to manage the injustice of being cut off from the Father. As far as identity, humanity is the offspring of God. And the mind of Christ is already all and in all, though hidden by the spirit of Antichrist, which denies its inherent union. As long as this spirit keeps this hidden, the mystery revealed of the mind of Christ being in all of us, and we were trying to go with this Roman and Greek ideas of the mind, cut off from God, and trying to run this world. We're never going to see it.